Hi friends, it's been a fairly long time since I built a keyboard, so I figured why not build one for work and other non-gaming related purposes. So this is the KBDCraft Kit Adam keyboard and it's basically built from Legos. So let's get straight to how I built this keyboard, because to be honest it was the most fun I've had while building a keyboard. I chose to build the base kit, which doesn't include the switches or keycaps since I already had those waiting for my next project. The base kit includes of course a manual which you should keep close, then of course you get the necessary Lego bricks to do this build. I want to point out that these are not real Legos, since I would imagine the price would be massive if this would be a real Lego licensed product. But all these parts are compatible with Lego parts nevertheless. You also get one of the random characters and I got Steve. This is Steve. Then you get some clip-on stabilizers, noise isolation foam pads, a coiled cable, a PCB, plate foam, a POM plate, rubber feet, a random JST cable, which I don't know what it's for, and the gasket foam, since this is a gasket mounted keyboard. First, the manual tells us to loop the stabilizers. If you don't already have some loop available to you, you will be happy to find out that they provide you with some in the package. So first we need to disassemble the stabilizers to get some looping going. Then let's loop the stabilizer housings. This is not the stabilizer looping tutorial, so if you are unsure how to do that, maybe check out some Teha types videos about the subject. Don't go overboard with the loop, but loop them enough to kill all the potential rattle from the wires, and always go over the 90-degree angle also. It is probably wise to do one stabilizer at a time to avoid any extra mess. Usually I also do one side at the time, but this time I forgot and looped both sides of the wire at the same time. After looping you can reassemble the stabilizers. Then we can proceed with installing the stabilizers to the POM plate. This part can be a bit finicky, but just put the wire in first, then align the plastic clips properly and just clip them in. If it requires insane amount of force, then you might be doing it wrong and are possibly trying to install them the wrong way, but I believe in you, you can do this. Next we will make a nice little sandwich. At first we will prepare the pour-on foam that will go between the PCB and the plate. Then let's take the PCB out from the pouch and put the foam on it nicely. Then position the plate on top. Nice and easy. To lock the sandwich properly, we will now install the switches. I had a jar of jerrorr Milky Yellow Pros ready for this build, so I used those. These switches are pre-looped and I've also heard good things about the loop work, so I didn't bother looping these to save me some time. My suggestion is to put the corner switches in first, so all the parts are properly aligned, and then just proceed to put the rest in. After we have finished the core, it is wise to plug it in and test that all the keys work with key tester. I also just now realized that this board has some RGB going on. Yuck! Then let's get to the fun part, which is building the case. So first things first, keep the manual close by, because you will need this. Then you need to position the two largest labs next to each other. These will be the bottom of the case. Then just start following the manual and double check when needed. I messed up a few times, and if you ever have built Legos, it is a pain to pry the thinner pieces apart, so double check when needed. And layer by layer you will soon get to the point where you will need to install the gasket foam pieces. I found that the best way to remove the small round pieces from the gasket foam is to position the foam where it belongs, then remove it, and the round pieces will be easy to remove. Then you can reapply the foam pieces, but this time permanently. Repeat this process for all the foam pieces and check the manual for their correct positions. Double check. After installing the foam, I installed the case foam pieces off camera and then started to assemble the next row, after which it was time to put the core into the case. Just position the sandwich on the gaskets. You might need to bend the case slightly to get the sandwich to fit, because the case is not 100% straight, at least mine wasn't. Then we have only 2 more rows to go, so install them piece by piece and we will have a keyboard ready for some keycaps. It already looks pretty damn nice in my opinion. For the keycaps I had an extra set of ePBT grey PBT dice-up keycaps with purple lettering. Sadly I didn't realize that you need 2 U shift keys and 1 U shift key, which this keycap set didn't have. So I needed to improvise a little bit. Luckily a couple of the numpad keys are the correct fit, so I just went with those, and I don't really mind the wrong legends at all. And I don't know about you guys, but I think the keyboard looks really nice. It has some really nice retro look going on. The finish, it will install the rubber pads to the bottom and install a small finishing touch. Hi Grogu. But then we have two big questions left. How does it feel to type on, and how does it sound? To answer these questions, let's plug in this keyboard. I was going to use the sublight coil cable, but honestly it was really bad, so I just used the cable I have already plugged into my PC. As this is my first gasket mounted keyboard build, I was really surprised how the typing felt with this. It has a really nice flex to it, which then makes the typing feel a really soft experience. But I'm gonna talk more about the typing experience after this sound test. So how does it sound to you? Let me know in the comments. Sadly, my mic didn't completely capture the soft and thuggy typing sounds of this keyboard, but man oh man, it's really creamy and really soft. Yeah, that's how I would describe it. The Gateron Milky Yellow Pros really surprised me. I knew that the pre-loop work would be good, but not this good. I don't see how looping would make this board sound even better. The typing feel is super comfortable, and the flex just makes typing feel super fun. I might have typed some unnecessary long work emails with this, because I just want to type on this thing. One gripe I have with the keyboard is the typing angle. It is a flat 0% angle, so not everyone will appreciate that. I didn't have too many problems adjusting to it, but if you have, attaching some extra feet shouldn't be a big problem. In conclusion, I think that this keyboard is a really fun project to build, and for the price, the experience and the sound you get with this board is insane. The base kit I have costs 56 euros 76 cents, and you have to get some switches and keycaps for it, but I have those already. If you want to save some money, you could get the whole kit with the keycaps and the switches. That will cost around 95 euros in their store. I don't know how good their S2 switches are which come with the board, but I have a feeling they will fit the board really nicely. But me and Grogu will keep on typing with this thing, and thanks for watching. See you on the next one. Goodbye.